My name is John Graham, and I'm a badass granddad you didn't know you had. I'm going to tell you another story of my adventures, this one about almost getting killed in a very, very stupid way. I also want to offer in this series some tips on taking risks and living a life with meaning and passion. Anyway, I was in the war in Vietnam, and I was advisor to the mayor of Hue, Hue being a small city next to the demilitarized zone between then separated North Vietnam from the south, and it was only 50 miles away. So it was a very dangerous place to be. I had no experience whatsoever in public administration. I spoke only pidgin Vietnamese, but I had a huge pot of American aid money to dispense, and that made all the difference. I was also involved in intelligence and counterintelligence operations. Anyway, I'm driving to work one morning, and I park outside the city hall, and I go up to the building, and I realize all the civil servants are outside, not inside, and I soon see why, because there's a mob of South Vietnamese Army war veterans milling around who are really angry because they haven't been paid their veterans benefits, because the money to pay them has been siphoned off in a corrupt scheme by two members of the city council, and these guys aren't very happy about that. So 12 of them, in fact, have lined the stairs up to the mayor's office on the second floor, each of which with a hand grenade with a pin pulled, meaning that if he lets loose of his hand on the side of the grenade, in 5 seconds it goes off and boom. Anyway, the mayor takes a look at that and realizes that he'll do a better job of calling the vet's bluff if he has his American advisor with him. So he motions to me to follow him. I'm not quite sure what to do, but I do. I follow him. We start up the stairs, and the vets all glare at the mayor, but they smile at me almost to the point where I want to give them the traditional Buddhist gesture of hands clasped in front of my chest. But I realize that if any of them return that gesture, well, they'll be blown to hell, so I don't do that. Anyway, the vets leave after about 2 hours. The point being that war is nasty, brutish, destructive, dehumanizing, and almost always unnecessary. And what I learned so clearly that morning is that war is also an ideal platform for chaos and sheer stupidity. I mean, I was almost killed at the hands of people on my side in the war. And not only that, these guys were all disaffected and angry enough to kill people because of corruption of their own government, corruption which the U.S. government abetted, and it's insane desire to placate the revolving door of corrupt and ineffective generals in Saigon that were running the war into the ground. You may read books and see movies that glorify war as somehow noble and glorious. It's neither of those things. Or you may be playing a violent video game and it may be very exciting. But for God's sake, remember that it's a game, and in no way should you think that war is fun, because it isn't. War is, in fact, nasty and brutish and deadly. Just remember that in a real war, there's no reset button.